Welcome to Pharmacy Review, your go-to channel for decoding pharmacy laws, regulations, and best practices. In this session, we're diving into the essential operational and physical standards for pharmacies in Utah. Who gets access to the pharmacy when it's closed? The surprising lack of facility size requirements in Utah. Find out what security features are expected to keep your pharmacy compliant. Learn how to store prescriptions and manage inventory safely and legally. What's required for your hard copies and records? From sinks to automated dispensing systems, here's what you need to know. And much more. Ready to unlock the full picture of Utah's pharmacy compliance? Let's get started. Disclaimer. This channel provides educational content on pharmacy law, summarized by artificial intelligence. While efforts are made to ensure accuracy, information presented here may not be comprehensive or up to date with the latest legal developments. This content is for informational purposes only and does not constitute legal advice. Viewers should consult a licensed attorney or qualified professional for specific guidance related to pharmacy law and regulations. The creators of this channel are not liable for any actions taken based on the information provided. Always verify details with authoritative sources such as government regulations, professional organizations, or legal experts. Section 3. The Pharmacy. Now, let's discuss the physical space and operational requirements for pharmacies in Utah. Whether you're planning to open your own pharmacy or you're studying for the MPJE, this lecture will provide a clear overview of what's required to legally operate a pharmacy facility in the state. Pharmacy licensing fees. To apply for a pharmacy license in Utah, you must submit a $200 non-refundable application fee, a $30 fingerprint fee for the PIC, another $30 fee for the PIC's direct supervisor, if applicable. If the PIC is the sole owner, only one fingerprint fee is required. Pharmacy ownership and controlled substance licensure. Anyone can apply for a pharmacy license. You do not have to be a pharmacist. However, if your pharmacy dispenses controlled substances to the public, you must also obtain a Utah controlled substance license and a DEA registration. You'll need to submit additional forms and a $100 processing fee for the controlled substance license. Ownership changes and transfers. For any change involving 51% or more of ownership, you must notify the board. Submit appropriate documentation. Do this at least 10 business days in advance. Compounding and manufacturer licenses. For general and sterile compounding, you must register as a Class A or B pharmacy. Follow USP Chapters 795, 797, and 825 for all compounding activities. If compounding on a larger scale, essentially manufacturing, register as a Class C pharmacy. Any facility that manufactures or wholesales prescription drugs in Utah must have a separate license for each location. Now, let's talk about access and security. Access to the pharmacy space. When the pharmacy is closed, only the following individuals may have access: a licensed Utah pharmacist, a dispensing medical practitioner, DMP, or an authorized pharmacy personnel. This is governed by our 156-17B 614A, which outlines the general operating standards for Class A and B pharmacies. Facility design requirements. Surprisingly, there is no specified minimum square footage or counter space requirement in Utah law. However, pharmacies must include a designated counseling area where confidential patient interactions can take place. This space is essential for maintaining patient privacy and complying with HIPAA. Security system requirements. If your pharmacy dispenses controlled substances, you are required to have a security system that detects unauthorized entry when the facility is closed, notifies an individual if an intrusion occurs. While alarm specifications aren't explicitly defined, the expectation is that the system functions reliably and meets these minimum standards. Prescription storage. For paper prescription records, Schedule 2 prescriptions must be stored separately. Schedules 3, 4, and 5 can either be stored in a separate file or kept in a system that makes them readily retrievable. This follows 21 CFR 1304.04 and aligns with federal controlled substance handling requirements. Controlled substance storage. Controlled substances must be either stored in a locked cabinet or dispersed among non-controlled substances to prevent theft and diversion. Storage of hard copies and inventory. Hard copies must be readily retrievable for inspection, but the law does not specify that storage areas must be locked or on-site. However, all inventory must be organized for easy identification and separation to maintain integrity and accessibility. Signage requirements. Counseling signs are not required. A verbal offer to counsel suffices under 58-17B-613. Hours, PIC changes, and other notices are not specifically required. Closure notices must be posted. This sign should include date of closure, name, address, and phone number of the pharmacy receiving records, and information on how patients can access their prescriptions. Board notification requirements. You must notify the board at least 10 days prior to a change in ownership, name, or address, permanent closure, or transfer of controlled substances. Keep a copy of this notice for 2 years. If there's a change in pharmacist in charge, PIC, you must notify the board within 30 days. Connectivity requirements. There is no explicit mandate for phone, fax, or internet connection, but such systems are generally considered essential for communication, record-keeping, and legal compliance. Pharmacy equipment. Pharmacies must be well-lit, clean, sanitary, and well-ventilated. Have a sink with hot and cold running water if drugs are repackaged or compounded, separate from restroom facilities. Be equipped to store drugs properly, with safeguards for identity, separation, and retrieval. Stock the necessary quantity and quality of product appropriate for the pharmacy's scope of practice. Automated dispensing systems. Utah allows for automated pharmacy systems in licensed pharmacies, remote locations, and licensed healthcare facilities. These systems must dispense the correct medication with accuracy and security, be part of a documented quality assurance program, and maintain records and security protocols. Staffing ratios and supervision. Pharmacist to technician ratio, no specific limit. However, staffing must not pose a risk to public safety. Pharmacist to intern ratio, max 2 interns per shift, unless in public outreach programs, then up to 5 are allowed. Pharmacy technician trainees must be directly supervised 1-to-1 by a pharmacist. Thanks for watching Pharmacy Review. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on all things pharmacy. Got questions or suggestions? Drop them in the comments below. Until next time, take care and keep thriving in your pharmacy journey.